everyone, ShawnQ coach, and I am so excited because in this inaugural one of our weekly podcast called the School of Abundance, I believe every single coach, every single person of abundance. I believe that our mission is to completely get rid of the idea to maximize abundance so that every amount of love and hope and resource and opportunity and connections and community so that we can change the world. And so I'm super stoked to talk about this abundance in this episode that's going to lay the foundation for future episodes. Now, if you are really finally finding a place where you can get tactical strategies as a work with your clients, expand their world and this is the podcast and weekly show. We'll be bringing in interviews, different experts and different guests, and we're going to teach you on a weekly basis and level up as a coach. If you have in your heart to coach people, so much so that their future changes and shifts, the way is completely different after they have a session with you. For you, I'm ShawnQ, your host. Let's jump. All right, I'm ShawnQ. If you're watching live, if you're listening to the podcast live, I'm gonna put out wherever you're watching. If you are rerun or the replay, go to put #team rerun. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today. If so, go ahead and give me a number 1. Let me know if you're an expert coach, and when you work with people, their lives on the chat. Go ahead and put number 1. Maybe you're kind of getting familiar with this. Your new industry of coaching, and maybe you've discovered this is my life mission. I remember when I first this live on stage for like a night, and their whole life changed. And when I discovered, I saw it, and I saw, oh my gosh, that's what it's life. That's the mission, why I am alive today. So maybe that's into this industry and you're really getting excited too. Or maybe you're number 3. You're not a coach at all. As a leader, to leverage some of these coaching for your staff, your team, your family, your community, etc. Let me know. Maybe that's you. That's the number 3. No matter where you're at, here's what's 7 laws that we have uncovered. Once you start to put these into practice, explore these and really allow these to once you begin to take action on these 7 principles, begins to shift for you in ways you imagine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and check out live, which is so good. Hey, Shad. So good to see you. So exciting. And so let me know in the chat. Are you excited more about what these 7 laws are and how you have more opportunity, you can have more joy, and you can have more your life? Well, if so, chat, and then let's dive in. So number 1, there are 7 laws. The first law of this, I even share that. When I figured out what this applied in my life, I began to have more connections. I began to have a happier family, to explore the world in ways and see the world where I didn't see opportunity. I now. Here's the first law of abundance. If you're taking notes right, you have what you're willing. You have what you're willing. How many times do we stop ourselves from because of fear of rejection, maybe the fear of we've asked it before, and the answer for us, it has been a design, but we've held it in. We've ourselves back from making an ask, from, hey, I want this. Can I have it? I believe every opportunity you'll ever station. And so when you'll begin to receive more. The beginning root of receiving abundance, ask for it. Here's the truth. Because you ask not. Oh, that's not because you ask not. If you're not willing to ask for it, you're not going to receive it. Kind of take a little moment, and I want you to assess. You have a partner, maybe you have relationships that are, you asked for what you wanted. The type of relationship you really want. Maximize your joy. That's going to get you giddy and excited. That's going to give you strength and comfort and even safety. If you sat someone down, maybe it's your wife or somebody you're really close to, and said, hey, this relationship, what do you want from this relationship? Make this relationship amazing for us. And you want more clients and customers. People to become clients and customers. Let me know in the right. How many times are you asking people? When they say, Shawn, I haven't landed any clients. I haven't made any money this week or this month. Who have you talked to? If you haven't talked, opportunity to make an ask. Just say, hey, this is what it costs. How does that sound? The client, they can't become the client. Ask. They can't say yes to you. Maybe you want to have greater community. Well, have you gone out and you have what you're willing to ask for? Our clients do, oftentimes, and our students do. Have them put together a list of things that you want when it comes to finances, when it comes to your health, when it comes to adventure and fun, and get very, very clear about your vision. 7 days, 1 week, when you come in contact with. Maybe it's a connection. Maybe it's, hey, this. How can I help you do this? Willing to ask for. So here's your homework. If you're taking notes and you want, go make more asks. Asks. Ask for 3 things you want. Ask, the more you receive, and you'll. Law number 2. Was that good or what? Let me know in the chat. The second law of you can always control. You can always control. I remember I read, I think it was by a monk. If you want to receive, you may not receive it. If you want to, who can stop you? Receive encouragement, you may not. If you want to give encouragement, who can stop you? If you want generosity, you may not receive it. If you want to give generously, it can stop you. Here's the more you give, the more that allow those seeds to flourish. Do you know there's a really great book out there, and there are 3 types of people in the world. There's the takers, and they're going to break this down real quick. So the givers, these are show up and they ask, how can I help? Right? They're up to how can I serve? How can I give? A heart-centered kind of desire just and make the world a better place, see the world be different. Giver mentality. How can I give? These are people who enter a room and they scan what I want, and how can I take it from them? It's kind of toxic a little bit. You see this taken, right? Reciprocators. They're like, hey, if you do something for me, I'll reciprocate. I'll give what you give, and that's it. Do you want to know who the richest of the and the poorest of the three are? What do you think? Who is givers, takers, and reciprocators, and who is the poor when it comes to wealth? Here's the answer. Maybe you answered this. Are the givers. The poorest, though, givers. Givers are at of that spectrum of wealth. Poorest, extremes. The difference is law number one. Or having the ability to ask for. Yes, know that they're giving from a place of generosity. Ask, because there are other givers who want to give to them, support you. To encourage you to do is ask yourself, how can I give more encouragement today to my spouse, staff? How can I give more love? How can I give more opportunity to people who are? How can I create more connections? You can always control what you give. I'm feeling kind of down, or I'm like, man, you know what I do? I pull out my phone, find 5 people that I haven't talked to, and send them a message. And I'll just say, hey, I'm just thinking about how amazing you are. I just want to encourage you, keep on track. In giving, I begin to receive from that generosity. I begin to receive, and my mind begins to shift rather than the funk I'm in. For you. All right. Was that good? The second law of give. Third law of abundance. That's so good. Joy is here's what that means. Finding yourself doing something where you're like, I don't want to do this. Maybe you're doing something and you really hate it if you hustle. Here's a little secret. Doing it wrong. Well, available. Either the way you're doing it isn't the perspective you have about it. So the next time you find yourself kind of like, ask yourself, how can I make this more fun for myself? How can always a way to do something where you just have to create it. You just have to find it. Joy is always available. So I want you to think about a part where you're kind of procrastinating. What's one lately? Let me know in the chat. Maybe it's reaching out to a potential client. Maybe it's something in your personal life. What have you been procrastinating? Maybe it's a conversation. I don't know. What if it was more fun? What if doing this thing was really? What if it was easy for me to do this? Find a way to make it fun available. All right, let's keep going. There's more than enough to win in life. There's more than abundance. There's more than enough for all of us to win in life. It means if I win, and if you win, that doesn't mean I lose. There's enough abundance available for all of. When I'm in a conversation with a potential client, what I'm oftentimes doing is I'm trying to extract, I'm trying to find and create those win-win situations. How can we both win and both experience abundance in this? There's more. So here's what's really exciting. It kind of gives me peace of mind. I don't land a client. Hey, that's okay. That person for them, and I'll keep going. So here's what's also really cool. I can now collaborative space for me to connect with people. You win. How can I feature you? Which brings up the show. We're actually going to be featuring this. Why? Because I want to see them win by getting access to them. That there's more than enough means a no, or it's not the right person. I encourage you, if you find yourself feeling like, man, how come they are winning and comparing yourself, like, why is their success so much wider? So slow down, comparing them, celebrate them because there's something to learn. Instead of comparing, celebrate. Hey, that's amazing. Hey, way to go. And then ask. Go back to what works for you. What's working? Allow them to mentor you. Allow their success. Success breeds track success. So if you find yourself comparing, take a moment and begin to celebrate them instead. Law number 5. Got a few more. Slowing down this path is the fastest path forward. Did you know there was a study done? They took teams of about 50 people. One team, just go after this project. Don't stop, just go. Another team, they said every single 15 minutes as a team to pause, to reflect. 5 minutes to journal, 10 minutes to have a conversation about what's working, what's not working. I want to know over the long term, you probably can already guess, right? It's the team. Guess who actually got faster? The ones who slowed down, people who were just going, hustling, grinding, making mistakes that caused them have to slow down eventually, rather than getting it right the first time. The people who were hustling, they were actually doing things that weren't in alignment because they didn't take time to stop and say, hey, does it matter? Is it meaningful? They found themselves for the project that didn't even actually matter. Slowing down, slow yourself down, and gives you a space to say what's working. How is this working? How is this not working? What I'm doing. So here's a little tip. Every Sunday, an hour, just to reflect. Just what worked last week. What didn't work last? Show up differently. How do I want to show up the same track to hitting my goals? And are my goals with the vision in front of me? With the vision and mission. Give yourself permission to slow down. Just begin to see yourself actually speeding up and getting close. All right, what? Let me know in the chat. Is this good? 6th law of abundance. Many hate the work. Many hands make light sense. What does it mean? People want to help you. I'm going to let that sit. People want to help you. What does this mean? It means you're literally on the sidelines, waiting for action that can inspire them to take action. So I can't tell you how many times I'm on stage and I'm sharing this is how I want to change the world. People come up to me and say, "Hey, how can I help?" I've had people for events, volunteer to do work, believe in the vision. What would life look like for change? How would your coaching practice shift? People who said, "I want to see you win because how can I help?" That they wanted to support action with you. You were never, if your vision only includes you, your vision. How do you want, and how often are you sharing it? More likely people are to grasp it. To be, let's go, let's do this. I'm in this with you. Adventure that you can watch on screen. All right, you got Obi-Wan and Anakin until Anakin turns into alert. That's like 60 years old. You see Lord of the Rings, and you got the main dude, Frodo, right? Any other great adventure, you're going to see who are coming together to get the job done. Don't go it way to burn out. Many hands work. What does that mean? When you have more people helping you, it doesn't feel heavy. And the last, abundance for all. I know some people who are scared of they actually don't want to be wealthy because they think it's going to separate them from the community they belong. I think that, well, if I win, then other people lose. A cup here. Right? I'm going to take a little sip of water in here. So much so that there was an abundance. What would happen? It would overflow into my iPad, couch. It would be inevitable that overflow everywhere else. When it's an overwhelming amount of love has to spill out somewhere. Abundance of finances, those somewhere. If you have an abundance of connection, that has to spill out somewhere. What my clients do when they're really scared of abundance, they have them massive. When you're living an abundant life, along with you. Who's the second person? Right? When not only do I experience it, my wife experiences it. My clients experience it. My extended family, my friends, an overwhelming abundance. So my abundance means abundance for them. What about for you? When you experience abundance, who's the first person you're bringing along them in this video? And let them know, hey, my abundance is in this video because I want to bring you along as I just give them a little tag and just shout them out. 7 laws of abundance. You begin to reflect on these, I guarantee your life begins to shift. You have what you're willing to ask for, more of what you want. Number 2, you can always control what you give. 3, the third law of abundance, always available. Number 4, more than enough for all of us to win in life. Slowing down is the fastest. Number 6, many hands make. Number 7, abundance for one, for all. Let me know, law of abundance, are you going to begin to express dating towards? Which one is like, oh my gosh, that's the one I need to know in the chat. so excited because this is our first episode with so much in store for you. Coach, you're just getting started and you're like, Shawn, I really want to build a more abundant life. Shawn, I want to help coach people. Shawn, I want to really tap into something that comes to the miraculous thing. Or whether you're an established, I've been doing this for a while. You have clients up the yin people, and you're looking for that 1% tweak to even better. You're already committed as an expert coach to stay of the industry. Or maybe you're a leader. These skill sets to your team, whether you're in a small business, whether you're in a church. I'm excited for what we have in store. It's already planned, already lined up, right here. And I can't wait for you to experience this abundance with us. To eradicate poverty, max change the world. We have a really, we're bringing together over 30 guests that are going to share with you how we do with you tactics and frameworks and strategies as a coach or a leader in your business, etc. You want to sign up? It's free. My favorite, free. So go ahead and go to abundant.com. You'll be able to get signed up for the wait list, and you'll be able to get access to our Facebook group where we're going to be doing some really cool stuff. Digital swag bag with a ton of workbooks, a ton of essentially like this whole coaching in a box setting. So go ahead and sign up. My name is ShawnQ. I'm your executive abundance coach to eradicate poverty, maximize abundance, and change the world in your clients' lives. I'll see you next time.